Good afternoon. It's the 11th of April 2016. I'm Kai Holloway, and sitting next to me is Paul Yeoman. How you doing, Paul?
I'm well, thank you very much.
Uh-huh. And today we're going to talk to you about our new project. Um, I think we're flashing about with the name Red Pill Housing Trust, aren't we?
Yeah, the Red Pill Trust, that's right,
Yeah.
yeah.
And do, do you want to explain what the basis of it is?
Well, I think it's been brewing for a while in that we've been looking for ways that we can put something back into the community.
Yeah, I think
Various,
that's. Go on, sorry.
various different sort of like elements that sort of like keep coming up, but there's a lot of needy families out there of people that are struggling to keep a roof over their families' heads at the moment, and it's not going to be getting any better anytime soon. In fact, a lot of people are going to be feeling the push. So now is the time to actually start something, which hopefully will be inspirational to others as well.
Yeah, and should we highlight the actual reasons that things are getting so bad? I mean, what's happening with affordable housing in this country? I mean, it's just not getting invested in at all,
Well,
is it?
it hasn't been for a long time. The infrastructure is failing in that respect. The various political parties that have been in control have been desperate to sell off all the stock where they can.
Mm.
Everything's been taken from the public purse into the private sector. You've only got to turn on a television or a newspaper to see what the current political structure is doing. Everything's being taken.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the point of what these nefarious schemes is effectively privatizing all the public funded services, houses, utilities, rail, you name it, roads. Now they're taking everything under private ownership.
Everything that government had an obligation to provide in the past
Mm.
is now being whittled away. There's third parties for profit that
Hmm.
are sitting in there, and you take that scenario, it's never good for the end user. It's just additional costs and squeeze on what you're getting value for money.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's no sort of kind thought behind any of these plans by these people, is there? They're not concerned about.
It's callous business,
Yeah,
and business as usual. And
profit, profit, profit.
you can only look at the way that the disabled have been attacked recently, to give you an idea of how sort of like caring and compassionate the local authorities and so forth that should be providing this duty of care to people really are.
Hmm.
It's not a pretty picture, and as I say, the political situation pushing things forward is going to get a whole lot worse as well.
Well, especially with this TPP, the companies and all that. That's another conversation. But so okay, so what Paul and I have been doing is trying to find a morally acceptable business plan or stroke idea that we can help in any way. It wasn't particularly started off to do with property or anything like that. It's just how can we help? Everybody knows the problems. The problem is, and part of the problem is nobody does anything to help, do they?
No.
They don't actually put their effort behind their words or their armchair activism. So we've been trying to figure out a way to sort of help. We believe we've come up with a solution. And if I just outline it quickly, what we want to do is start providing homeless families affordable, low cost, lifetime assured tenancies in well, we're going to start off in the Manchester Liverpool area, aren't we?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be restricted that way longer term, but initially that's where we're looking to
Hmm.
start.
And what we've effectively come up with is, unfortunately, it's a business plan, but it has to be based that way. That if we can raise the funds we're looking for on the first property,
Yeah,
we can essentially go and buy a house at auction. And then what we intend to do is obviously put in an applicable family tenant, offer them the life assured tenancy at a cheap council-like rate. Um, is this what's needed at the moment, Paul?
absolutely. Well, the council have betrayed people. And it's not just in that area; it's all over the country. They're all following the same agenda, and like I say before, it's going to get a whole lot worse. So, if you take that away, what's going to fill the void? Are you going to just leave people at the mercy of the private sector? Are you going to leave people paying a whole lot more money, and increase benefits and things as well, then to cover those costs,
Well, that's it.
which is
People
being
don't
paid by
realise that
everybody?
that comes out of the public fund.
Exactly.
So the more private scheming bastard landlords there are,
Exactly.
the higher the prices are up,
Yes.
the more funds that are coming out of the system.
And it's being paid by everybody at that point. As
Exactly.
Well as users. Yes.
Exactly. So it's one big nefarious con, isn't it? It's,
it is.
Okay, so we are now throwing ourselves in the mercy of the public. We can make this work, and if we can get the first property signed, sealed, and delivered, we can then go and refinance that property. Because we buy the first one at auction, it's bought and paid for. We go in, we paint it, new kitchen, bathroom, carpets, whatever it needs to get ready for those new tenants. We can then refinance that, which allows us to go and buy the next one. Yeah? And we have an ongoing system then. Effectively, what we want to do is provide up to 20 families this year a lifetime assured tenancy, and we need your help to do that.
Just to get the ball rolling.
Indeed, indeed. And what we've done is we've come up with a package of perks. We've got an Indigo GoFund account, which will be in the link at the bottom of this video. And what we ask people to do is give as generously as you can. We know that not everyone can afford a donation, but everyone can share a link.
Absolutely.
Or help. Yeah.
This is a concept that needs to be spread far and wide. If people can see what we're doing, hopefully it will inspire others to do something similar. Say you can't rely upon the local authority, you can't rely upon government. We have to act somehow to help each other. This is it.
And I think what we've got to highlight is this is a non-profit trust, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what essentially we are doing is the rent scale that will be put on each property. If there is any money left at the end of the year, this will be gifted back to the property in one way or another, whether it be decor or rent-free months or whatever way it works out. Each house will be completely non-profit, and if there is any monies in the account at the end of the year, the tenant can expect those monies spent on the property.
Well, it's reinvesting for the future. We're investing in the future of both of the property and the tenant. The two go hand in hand. And also to reassure them that we are serious about this and that we're looking to provide a comfortable home. Just because it's a low-cost rent doesn't mean that you need to be living in a slum or beneath a certain standard. So we believe it's doable, and like I say, we believe that doing this then would inspire others to maybe sort of like look at the homeless the issue at the moment, where we have lots of empty properties, we have lots of homeless families, and the two aren't being connected.
Indeed. It's if everyone stepped, everyone has got to be putting systems like this into practice and trying to get as much of these privatized services, properties, lands, whatever you want to call them, back into public ownership.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and that's why we've set up a trust as well, so that it's a trust that will be running forever for the people, run by the people.
Yeah.
And it will be a completely bulletproof system that can never be touched by the tax man or the system that is in place.
Absolutely. Well, it's set up for, like I say, the benefit of the people. So that's the only focus there. I think when we've looked at this model and we've looked at it with other people and where the system has gone wrong, it always comes down to the fact that somewhere in the chain, somebody is greedy and they're trying to squeeze too much out of what is already there. We don't want that approach. We see that it has to be fair, it has to be level, and it has to be done in such a way that is sustainable.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. And so like we say, people, I don't know, is there anything else we should add to this? I mean, we've outlined the idea.
Yeah, I mean, this is an outline. If you have a look at the notes that we've got here on the sort of like the Indiegogo page and so forth, we've explained a little bit more about the conceptual idea behind it all, and really what we're looking to try and achieve. It's a novel idea, and all I could say to anybody is that if you have any questions, get in touch.
Indeed. We're going to put email you can contact us on the Indigo, and and you'll be able to contact us through the usual sources: Twitter, Facebook. Sorry, my dog is now going mad behind me. So as someone's coming to the door. But yeah, we will be giving updates weekly, daily, however they come, and you'll be able to find them on my YouTube channel, which is Kai Freeman. And yeah, we shall speak to you soon. Please support us, share the link, chuck a tenner in there. We've got loads of great perks, and let's do something really good and worthwhile.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.